Let's hope we don't get any problems now. As I said, Kassandra is our first champion in the new faction, Argonites. We will check out her skills, but the rest of the Argonites will be released in March, around the 7th anniversary of Raid Shadow Legends. So, but she is our first. She is going to be pretty difficult to equip, as we don't have any, for now though, any Argonites accessories. So I think we will need to hunt. We need to do some spider when I'm not live, or when spider's not an event. Let's go over her kit. Then we will go over Enzo's stats, and second off we will also go over the 3 remaining assassins. It's 5 assassins in this collab, and we got a new event dungeon. It's a champion that is not an IP from Ubisoft, but he is one that will disappear when this event is over. This event is over in April, I think. But let's go over her kit. Her A1, West Wind Rush. Attack one enemy 3 times, attack one enemy 6 times instead if this champion has 50% HP or less. Each hit decreases the enemy turn meter by 7.5 and increases this champion turn meter by 7.5. This effect cannot be resisted if this champion is under Whale or Perfect Whale buff. The damage is based on attack. It will with books. She will have 30% more damage. Here, her A2, Spear of Leonidas. Attack one enemy before attacking, placing a 60% decreased defense debuff and an HP burn debuff on the target for 3 turns. These buffs cannot be resisted if the champion is under Whale and Perfect Whale. Buff is placed as a stun debuff on all enemies for 1 turn if the damage dealt by this skill is more than 50% of target's max HP. This debuff cannot be resisted if the champion is under Whale and Perfect Whale. It will go down to a 3-turn cooldown and a 20% more damage when booked. We have Isunu Blessing, a 6-turn cooldown, booked down to 4. Remove all debuffs from this champion, heal them by 50% of their max HP, and fill their turn meter by 50%. Place a 50% increased attack buff and a 15% shatter buff and a 30% increased speed buff on this champion for 2 turns. Her passive for this skill: prevent this champion's death and keep them alive with 1 HP if they are under an increased attack buff, shatter buff, and an increased speed buff. You need all 3 buffs to make her stay alive. Her first passive, if everything is permitted, this passive is also all the other assassins have also this passive. When an enemy HP drops below 25% after receiving damage from any assassins, they receive additional bonus damage proportional to this champion's attack This bonus damage will ignore 100% of the target's defense and cannot be critical. Her second passive, that is a passive exclusive for her, Lord of the Spartan. Whenever this champion attacks an enemy, increase this champion's attack by 1 with an amount equal to 50% of the target's defense. Whenever an enemy attacks this champion, increases this champion's defense by any amount equal to 50% of their attacker's attack. So she's pretty cool, as we can see. She's the only one in in the faction. I'm going to show you the faction now. As you can see, we have one champion in Argonites, and that's Kassandra. Let's collect all the red dots before checking the kit for the rest. This is the epic for Kassandra Fusion. We can check out his skills too. It's a good epic, in my opinion, with the kit he have. I'm going to log in check in for the clan. I'm also going to check the dailies, because we have a forge patch going on. Let's collect those rewards. And upgrade our Guardian. Let's check out the events before we check out the rest of the champions. It's a bit. We have a dragon tournament where you can get 25 of the fragment of Galapagos, eller Galapos. He's from Lizardman. We have a Sand Element tournament going on, and we have a Champion Chase tournament that starts tomorrow. Then we have the events. We have a collaboration for Assassin's Creed. As you can see, where we can get some good rewards after how many points we get. We also have some quests we have to do. We have the basic quest, and we have the expert quest, and we have the elite quest, and we also have some daily quests. We have a gear hunter also going on, where we also can get the 25 of Galapol, the Recluse, the Reckless. Just because I want to know that this belongs to Enzo, so I can put it on it when I get him in 7 days. I'm going to upgrade the artifact to level 4. We have a login reward, or playtime rewards, man. And we have the index where we got Silver the Drake, the Silver of the Drake. I can read her kit after we have read the kit of the rest of the assassins. Let's go to Enzo. Where is Enzo? There is Enzo. This is Enzo Auditore. He is a spirit champion, attack-based legendary champion from the Secret Order. His A1 is Eagle Dive. Attack one enemy, has a 75% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. This buff cannot be resisted if this champion is under Whale and Perfect Whale. It will book to 100% chance of placing a 60% decrease. We have Da Vinci's Design as his A2. Has a 75 chance of placing 5% poison debuff and a 25% poison sensitivity debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. These debuff cannot be resisted if the champion is under Whale and Perfect Whale. Buff instantly activate all poison debuffs on enemy under 4 or more buffs, or debuffs. If an enemy are under a stone skill buff, has a 75% chance of placing 2 bombs debuff that detonates after 2 turns on them instead. These debuff cannot be resisted if the champion is under Whale and Perfect Whale. If all enemies are under stone skin, it's more a PvP arena move, where you are have a bigger chance that all champions are in stone skin. If all enemies are under stone skin buff, decrease each bomb debuff and detonates counter by 1. His A3, attack one enemy. Its name is Hidden Gun. Attack one enemy, has a 4 turn cooldown. Books to a 3 turn cooldown. After attack one enemy before attacking, steal all buffs from the target. This effect cannot be resisted if the champion is under Whale and Perfect Whale. Ignore 35 of the target's defense as well as shield and strengthened buff. Then we have his Everything is Permitted, the same as Kassandra have. I don't want to repeat that. Then we have his first, or his personal passive. Place a Perfect Whale buff on this champion for 2 turns at the start of each round. Whenever this champion is about to receive a damage that would exceed 50% of their max HP, has a 35% chance of decreasing the damage received to 0 instead. Whenever this champion is attacked, also has a 30% chance of counter-attacking. And he has speed in all battles for 90%, the same that Kassandra has. Then we have the second assassin in Secret Order. That's Basim ibn Ishqa. He is a forced legendary champion, attack-based champion. His A1, Dagger Sword, level 1. Attack one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 50% chance of placing a 25% weakened debuff for 2 turns. If the champion is under Whale or Perfect Whale buff, the chance increases to 100%. Then has a 50% chance of applying a debuff spread effect, taking 1 random debuff from the target and placing it on all enemy. If this champion is under Whale and Perfect Whale buff, the chance increases by 100%. His damage will, when booked, will be 20% more when booked. We have a Up in Smoke, a 4 turn cooldown, books to 1, books to a 3 turn cooldown. Attack all enemies, will ignore 50% of target's defense, will ignore 30% of each target's defense instead if the champion is under Whale and Perfect Whale. has a 75 chance placing a block active skill debuff for 2 turns. This debuff will ignore any block debuff if this champion is under Veil and Perfect Veil. His will and it will when booked it will be 100% chance of placing block active skills. His A3, a 5-turn cooldown, Wind of Baghdad, booked down to 1, booked down to 4. Attack one enemy 2 times, deal a 5% more damage for each debuff and debuff on this champion, and 5% more damage for each buff and debuff on the target. Stack up to 100%. Place a Perfect Veil buff on this champion for 3 turns and grant an extra turn. His passive, as the same as the other assassins, everything is permitted. Then his personal passive, whenever this is Masterful Thief. When this champion is attacked, steal 1 random buff from the attacker and transfer 1 random debuff from this champion to the attacker. This effect will ignore polymorph, occurs only once per skill. Will ignore 25 of targets resisted when using skill of this if this champion is under Veil and Perfect Veil. And he has attack 30% more attack in all battles. There we got 3 of the 5. Then we have Bayek. Where are you? Bayek. There's Bayek. Bayek from Assassin's Creed Origins is a barbarian, void champion. Is a defense-based legendary. Is A1. Copper's Strike. Attack one enemy, place a leech debuff for 2 turns. Fill this champion's turn meter by 20%. He will get, when booked, he will get 20% more damage. Desert Cipher, level 1, a 4-turn cooldown, booked down to 3, place a 50% decrease attack debuff, attack all enemies, place a 50% decrease attack debuff and a 50% decrease resistance debuff for 2 turns. Also place a provoke debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. If the target is under 3 or more debuffs, place a provoke debuff for 2 turns instead. His A3, Prayers of the Magi, a 6-turn cooldown, booked down to 4. Place a 50% increase attack buff on all allies for 2 turns. Also places a Perfect Veil buff on and a 60% increased defense buff on all allies except this champion for 2 turns. And place a 60% increased defense buff on this champion for 3 turns. And then granted a 1 extra turn. We also have his everything is permitted passive. Then we have his personal passive, Siva's Pride. This champion and their allies cannot receive critical hits from enemy whose accuracy is equal or lower to their own accuracies. And he got increase all allies attack in all battles by 70. Then we have the last one, and that's Edward. There he is. Edward Kenway from Assassin's Creed Black Flag. He's a forced champion. He's a legendary and he has attack-based champion. He's A1, Privateer Blitz. Attack one enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 75% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 50%. Each hit will decrease the target's turn meter by 25% instead if the attack is critical. This effect cannot be resisted if this champion is under Veil of Perfect Veil. It will book up to 100% chance of decreasing the turn meter. His A2, Fan the Hammer, is a 4-turn cooldown, book down to 3. Attack all enemies 2 times. The first hit steals all buff from all enemies and decreases each enemy turn meter by 20%. This effect cannot be resisted if this champion under Veil of Perfect Veil. The second hit has a 75% chance of placing a sleep debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. This debuff will ignore any block debuff buff. If the attack is critical, this effect cannot be resisted if the champion is under Veil and Perfect Veil. It will book, as I said, it will book down to 3, and this will be a 100% chance of getting to sleep all champions for all enemies for 1 turn. He's A3, Between the Eyes, a 5-turn cooldown, book down to 3. Attack 1 enemy before attacking, placing a Perfect Veil buff on this champion as well as any other assassin on the team for 2 turns. Will ignore shield, stone skill and block debuff. Place a block revive debuff on the target if it's killed. We have the assassin passive, where everything is permitted. And we have his personal passive. Each hit inflicted by this champion has a 50% chance of placing a 100% ensnare debuff on the target for 2 turns. Whenever this champion kills an enemy, places a 100 ensnare buff on all other enemies for 2 turns and decreases their turn meter by 20%. This effect cannot be resisted if this champion is under Veil and Perfect Veil. And this champion inflicts 20% more damage against target under ensnare debuffs. We can also go for the Pope, the new Pope, who is not an IP from Assassin's Creed, but he is part of the 6 champions you can get in this collab. Where is he? He's a void there. Pontiff Augustine. He's a Knight Reverend, as you can see. He's a void champion, and it's a support champion. Ethnic Blade is A1. Attack 1 enemy has a 70% chance of placing a block active skill debuff for 2 turns. Steal 50% of the target's turn meter for each buff on them. The buffs also it will book to 100% chance of placing a block active skill. He's A2. Shackle the Unjust. Remove all buff from all enemies. Has a 70% chance of placing a 100% ensnare debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. This debuff will ignore any block debuff on enemy under 3 or more buffs. Also decreases the turn meter for all enemies by 25%. If an enemy is under 3 or more buff, it will decrease their turn meter by 40% instead. It will book down to a 3-turn cooldown and 100% chance of placing 100% ensnare. His A3 is a 6-turn cooldown, Ethereal Benediction. It booked down to 4. Places a places a 50% increase attack buff for 2 turns and and 1 intercept stack on all allies. Also fill the turn meter of all allies by 25% and granted 1 extra turn. His passive, Your Eminence. Allies receive 25 less damage from enemies under block damage, unkillable, whale, perfect whale, and stone skin. Each time an enemy receives a buff, is healed or has their turn meter filled, has a 50% chance of decreasing the duration of all their buff by 1 turn, occur 1 per skill and 1 per target. If there are multiple champions on the team with this skill, only 1 will activate. This skill will not activate and duplicate copy of the champion if the particular champion is dead. And he has increased speed by 25% in all battles. Now that's all the Assassin's Creed. Things. We have a new playtime reward. Let's also go and check Silver of the Drake. Since we got her now. See some magic infinity and a defense based champion. Attack 1 Drake Swiftnet. Attack 1 enemy has a 20% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed. Debuff for 2 turn also have a 30% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 50%. We will have 40 and 50% chance. 40% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed and a 50% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 15 when fully booked. With this skill is fully booked. Wingbraid Flurry is her A2. It's a 4 turn cooldown. Attack all enemies 2 times. Each hit has a 20% chance of placing a stun. Debuff for 1 turn. It booked down to 3. The debuff will go up to 35% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Here A3, Phoenix Retire, or Phoenix Right. It's a 6 turn cooldown, booked down to 4. Revives all ally with 50% HP and placing a 50% ally protection buff on them for 2 turns. Her passive, Boundless Life. Heal all allies by 10% of their max HP at the start of each turn. Also places a 30% increased speed debuff on a random ally for 2 turns. So that's Seal of the Drakes. Now we are going to see what we got in our clan boss rewards. I'm hoping for at least 1 shard and 1 good shard. First was no charge. Nice. I like that shield. And the second chest. No charge. Oh, legendary book. That one we will gonna sell. Okay. Now we are going to fight in the classic arena. Here we also have a siege. Let's see. Let's see that feral set. Not bad, not bad. I like it. Okay. Now let's do the arena. As you can see, I'm doing good in the arena. I don't have, I haven't streamed in a while, but I have been playing active every day on the user. This arena is quite hard though. My turtle team is not that good. Let's try and do this team then. We are losing this one. Oh yes, we are. Yep. That's a wrap. So I like to do this these kind of chapters just to keep me in gold. We have I'm not going to take a Siegfried alone. Not a Airbinder and Alice. We can try to do Tronda. Take out some Trondas. And let's try to take out Cavalax. Now we are in gold 5. Let's do one last just to get 5 victories. We have the Forge Pass that are win a classic arena by using at least one magic champion. We got when I get when we are in the 20th of January, I'm going to buy the Forge Pass. And maybe some shards to hopefully get to Fusion Kassandra, because I think the champion chase, not the champion chase, the champion summoning going to be hard because I don't have a lot of charge. Summon 3 champions. On 2, 3. I hope you all, it's okay with, I'm not telling who's all these common and uncommon champions are. I will tell who the rares are, but not the uncommons. We have weekly. Next, increase the champion level by in the tower. Let's see. One, 2, then 3. The next is campaign. As you can see, I got Yukimasa. Also, the last month fusion, the Christmas fusion. So I'm working on getting him up. Now we are going to take Sylvia the Drake in our team. So we can upgrade her too. We'll level her up too. That was 1. Number 2. This will be 3. To have something to maybe talk in the chat if anybody is watching. Who is who look to be your favorite of the 5 assassins that are in this collab? And you can also tell me who's your favorite assassin from all the Assassin's Creed games. From this collab, I like Edward. But if I went from all the Assassin's Creed games that I have played, I haven't played all yet. Altair is my favorite, the original one from the first Assassin's Creed game. Then we got Edward as my number 2. This will be 5, I think. Yeah, 5. haven't played Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I have some of the spin-off games. I have there's some of the spin-off games I haven't played. This will be 6, and I haven't played Valhalla, and I haven't played the new game Shadows. Yukimasa is now max leveled. The last one. Now we are done with the daily quests. Now we can claim all. I like that claim all button. Let's just do one potion mixer. Just to get the last that we can do. Then we get number 4. The last one we need to collect all the playtime rewards. Now we're going to start with advanced quests. We're going to clear 2 stages in Cursed City. Let's see, we got no support. We got no reviver, I mean. Let's do her just to get some healing. I'm not actually sure if we're gonna do it, but I'm gonna try. Let's see, dunk. Done. I wonder if I'm going to be good with it. So we get Leo first. Then we have attack. We get Predator and Venomage. I think we'll have Yukimasa as a reviver and Donatello as support. Let's see if we can do it. One down. We're going to take out Ursula first. She's a reviver. That was 2 stages. I'm wondering if I can do it. Not with this team. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. I can't do Bummel with this team. No chance. No chance in hell, nope. So let's see. Use a charm at the forge. So we're gonna force something. They're going to do a buff on Swift Parade, so why not just try to make some Swift Parade. I haven't done it ever. I haven't done any Swift Parade equipment. They are going to buff the Swift Parade and also give it some accessories. Then we are going to ascend a piece of gear for one time, or for one turn, and one time. A piece of gear, yeah. Let's see. Do all the turtles have ascended gear? Let's see. Looks like it. Nope, nope, nope. We haven't. We are going to ascend. I want HP on this helmet, please. Not attack or defense, but HP. We get defense, okay. I'm okay with that. Next, complete one live arena battle. Arena battle, live arena is not open before 15 minutes when the game resets. So we are not going to do that. So we will not get to complete the advanced quest this time. We are now going to get some glyphs on our champions. let's do it on Eiley. HP, yes. Accuracy. And last one, it will be defense. No, let's do resistance. That was. Then we're going to see three silver keys in Doom Tower. As you can see, I have started Doom Tower hard in this round, but I'm not going any higher in that. I'm stuck on that arena, so I'm only going to do 3 battles here. I love my turtles, my turtle team. You will see it when we get to Dragon. Let's clean our burn. Two legendary. Forge materials. For feral set. No, for lethal set. cleanse, boost, attack. That was 2 and 4 epic little forge sets, and 4 equipment. Boost, turn meter, heal, big nuke, cleanse, bit, little. And there's this done. That was 6, 5 silver keys in Doom Tower. Next is Tag Team Arena. Here I'm also struggling. This is to be only in bronze 3. It's quite a battle. There are quite some battles in this. No one I can attack here. This is not fun. Let's see. Yeah, I think so. Let's do the Monkey King. That's 1. This will be 2. They switch places. They don't have these have better team power, but those have more attack. They do more damage than these two. think this is gonna be hard because she's a healer. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll do. As you can see, this is gonna be hard. Because of her healing. We might not get to take her out. She has so much healing. I think we'll struggle there. I think she takes out us before I take out her because of her healing. We need to stop her healing, and to do that we need her heal reduction to kick in, and it didn't. She resisted it. So, nope, we will lose this one. She have really high resistance. They've lost. I don't know if you'll get. Maybe we will take her out. Maybe. Yep. We have this. That was 3 battles. Let's see if we can do some more. Now there's game has resetted. Nope, nope, nope. This is gonna be rough. I hate it. we get the login rewards and all that when we go out of but all and we will not get any because as you can see now we have to start over again. So I think I'm going to end the stream now. As we have started a new round, and I will be back later. I will be back on Saturday. Streaming, or I may be back tomorrow. I'm not sure, but maybe I'll be back to stream tomorrow. So I hope all you enjoyed what I did and all the interesting champions in the Assassin's Creed Colab. Let's hope this will be a good collab so I can get all the champions. I didn't get all the champions in the Turtle collab. I didn't get Shredder. But I will see you either later today or tomorrow or on Saturday. Since I didn't get to stream yesterday because of some camera problems and so on, I may stream later today. I hope I can push like, subscribe, share and all that so I can get out in this YouTube world. And I hope all you enjoyed it. And one more question for those who will watch this later, that you can put in your comment: who's your favorite assassin from the collab, and who is your favorite assassin from all the Assassin's Creed games? And the collab champions are Enzo as the login reward, or the login chase, Kassandra as the fusion, we have Bayek from Assassin's Creed Origins, we had Edward Conway from Black Flag, and we got Basim from Mirage and Valhalla. So let me know if you who's your favorite of the 5 champion in this collab, and who's your champion in all, who's your favorite assassin from all the Assassin's Creed games. I hope you all enjoyed it and have a nice evening, night. Later.